responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 3, check 3. Check 13, check 13.
Here's a give to Fournette. He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Completes it to Miller. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to make it 4th down. They'll go with a big bank Fournette. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And as a result, possession switches hands. They'll run on 1st down. Hannah, he's got room to run past the 20. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Right back to him on 1st down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On play action, here's Tua. He's going to air one out. This is intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
Makes the score Crusaders 10, Buccaneers nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Bucks offense set to begin their next possession. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll set up a throw. It's complete. It's Miller. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard.
Max 22, Max 22. They're not ready for this.
They're going to look to throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he is going to have a Bucks first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Back to throw again. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he goes out right around the 39.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Mike, 55. Check 55, Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They'll look to throw again. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Max 22, Max 22. Double dog. That's the way.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. The Bucks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Max 22, Max 22. Cut. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Hey, it's our house. 36. Check 9.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep this time for Miller. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammate's going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. you got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
At the 23-yard line.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Tua, a final shot before half. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we toss in an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Second half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. So for the call, let's get back over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Tua going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
On second down now, Hannah. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the Bucks with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He's got Fuller. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
At the Bucks 46.
Second and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hannah. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
At the 47-yard line.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
A handoff to Fournette. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
I'm going back to you. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 22. Mike 22. Don't get nervous.
Looking to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Raekwon Davis busting through to get him for a loss of 6. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 12. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hannah. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
First down, Crusaders.
On first down, Hannah. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Tua.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hannah. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Now the Bucks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucks' 27-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run on first down. Hannah. And he's going to take this down to about the 17.
61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On third down, Hannah. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Crusaders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Crusaders 17, Buccaneers nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, set, 10 black. Here we go. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Check, check. 40's mark, 40's the mark.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hannah. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Down to an E goes Tua, and that should just about do it.
Well, that's the play you work on each and every week. Your offense taking a knee at the end means you've won the ball game. But how about the defensive effort? A shutout, pitching a shutout, they're going to feel great about themselves.
They're going to feel really great about themselves. A big goose egg on the scoreboard. Nice job defensively.
Yeah, I say dinner on the defensive coordinator tonight.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as